my dogs at? Where my dogs at? One time for DMX. One of my go-tos in the 90s. We love you. We pray for your family. Obviously, we would have hoped to have a different outcome, but it wasn't so. And so, shout out. I'm going to open this up off of DMX. I'm opening up this one off of DMX. And I'm telling you, I'm dropping some jewels today for free. I told Mari to play me something. He gonna play me something from the day. What happened to the 90s? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Go. Rest in peace. Rest in power, DMX. I wanted to open up off of DMX, pay him some respect for helping me to live my life in the 90s. Off some hip hop and rap. Yeah. All right, you can cut the music. But I want to get into this really quickly because this is important, guys. You know, I'm dropping the gems. You know, this is not rehearsed. Things happen and then I got to come and share it with y'all. Right? Things happen and then I got to come share it with y'all. Listen, buyers, if you are buying today, buyers, if you are out there looking for properties and you are a buyer, especially homeowners that are the first-time homeowners, I want to give you a story. All I do is share stories, and hopefully it helps you, okay? So I want to share with you this. If you tag some people on here, I don't care if you own properties already. Maybe you bought last year, and all of a sudden your mortgage payment went up by $500 because you bought a house, and the taxes were $1,000, and now they're like $7,000, and you weren't prepared because your professional didn't tell you what was about to go down. I do things a little different. I'm not squeezing you into a home because the taxes are $2,000 when I know the following year they're going to be $8,000, and you're not prepared to make that payment. Guys, that's a big mortgage difference. It is a very big difference. I need you to pay attention, okay? I need you to pay attention, okay? Okay? Because I just had this conversation with one of my agents, and I didn't give him the answer. I said, this is what I want you to do. I want you to call Broward County Property Appraiser. Call the Homestead Exemption Department, okay? And I want you to ask them what they use. First of all, they need to take out that purchase price. So there's a purchase price in the Homestead Exemption formula, right? So now you're putting in $500,000, and it ain't gonna be $500,000. Y'all see the market just value is always way lower than what we're selling properties at. They're not fast enough, and you want that value to be low because that's what they base your taxes on. So you want that value to be low, but there's a difference in purchase price and market value. There's a very big difference. Thank you, Alicia, $500 difference. So just think you were paying $2,000 last year because you were benefiting from the homeowners from before. I want you to pay attention, okay? I need you to follow me here. Just know, okay, last year your mortgage was $2,000 because your taxes was based on the previous homeowner's taxes. Well, what if that person's been in their house for 25, 40 years? They got very low taxes because they have homestead exemption and protection. All right. If you are a voter, hopefully you buy a house, you vote. Right? You're 18, you're a voter. We voted on that a couple years back. Remember that. Do you remember that? Right? Investors, right, are now capped at a 10%. Homestead exemption is capped at 3% in any given year. So just think, you're buying a house that somebody's lived in for 25 plus years. Their taxes are $2,000. Baby, when you go to reassess for next year, your tax is going to be a lot more, right? Because it is based on today's just market value, not the purchase price. Okay, I need you to understand this. Not the purchase price. Do not go into the link and put the purchase price. I want you to go to the property website. Either it's Miami-Dade.gov if you're in Miami-Dade County, Broward.bcpa.com or gov, right? One of the two, bcpa.net or com. And you're going to go to homestead or tax estimator. And the first thing it's going to say is purchase price. I don't want you to put the purchase price. I want you to go back to the previous years and see. I just did this. It was 300, 304, 306. Guys, it's not going to go from 306 to 500,000 because that is the purchase price. The purchase price is 515. I just hung up with the Broward County's property appraiser, okay? I don't teach by what I'm just going to tell you. I want you to call. I got on the phone with my new agent. We called down there and I said, I see that the values from 2018 was 302. And then 2019, it was 304. And then 2020, it was 308. For 2021, it has not been disclosed yet. He said, calculate 1.8% off the last just value. So you're going to go, thank you, Sonia. You're going to go 308, that was the last value, and you're going to add 1.8% on top of that. Guys, and then you're going to calculate your taxes. If your buyer is selling and moving, they can use portability. It's a whole different conversation. If your agent is not telling you this, that's shameful because your taxes are not going to be $1,500 like the year before. They might go to like $6,000, $5,500, somewhere in there, right? I have another house. The sellers have been there for over 44 years. Their taxes are $2,000. The taxes for the new buyer is going to be $10,000. They need to know that. Do you know what kind of dent that's going to be in somebody's mortgage payment? You got to remember, these people aren't. If you could buy a house cash, you would just buy it cash. If you could buy a house cash, you just buy it cash. There would be no pressure. But most buyers are worried about what? Y'all answer this for me. What is most buyers worried about? What every month are they worried about? Let me see if somebody can answer this for me. What are they worried about on a monthly basis? They're worried about what when they purchase a home? What do they want to do? They want to do what? Tell me. They want to do what? They're concerned about which payment? They're concerned about their mortgage payment. They are worried about their mortgage payment. So can you imagine a buyer says, great, I want to have a payment of $2,200. And they get it. They're $2,150. They're excited. And then January comes. Oh, sorry, Mr. Buyer, your escrows are short. The tax bill came out because there was a transfer of ownership. Your taxes are now going to be $10,000. Guys, you know what type of payment shock that is for somebody that could only afford $2,200 a month? So if your realtor is not telling you, listen, we need to calculate for tomorrow, not just now. And when I say tomorrow, I mean the following year, 2022. Shame on them because they're going to leave you in a position of hell. And you're going to say, Claudiane, I use this realtor and I use this mortgage professional, but they did not explain to me. Ooh, can y'all imagine? I want y'all to, because I don't have my calculator right now. And the way my brain functioned, I couldn't calculate those numbers in my head. So imagine paying $2,250 and now all of a sudden you have another $700 added into your mortgage. That's almost $3,000. Do you know that was the cause of a lot of foreclosures back in 2007, 8, and 9? Because there was so much new development and the taxes were based on the land. And so you were qualified based on the land value and not on the structure. That is why a lot of people fell into foreclosure because they were concerned about their what? What were they concerned about? They're concerned about what per month? Somebody, come on, put it in the comments. What were they concerned about? What were they concerned about? They're concerned about their monthly what? They're concerned about their monthly payment. If somebody had enough money to buy property cash, this is not a conversation. People want to know that their monthly mortgage is going to be what you communicated that it will be. Principal and interest will remain the same for 30 years. Taxes and insurance can vary. Those are two things in that pity formula that can move up and down. You need to be aware of that. So I'm not calculating my buyer's payment based on today's taxes, and I know very well that it's so low because the people lived in there for 40 years. No. Yesterday, I picked up the phone with my buyer and I said, you know what? I don't know if the lender communicated this to you, and I don't know, if you know, but I want to go through this with you because I understand that the taxes are about $2,500 right now, but it's because they filed homestead exemption and they've been there for 40 years. So I want you to go with me to the miami-dade.gov website, and we're going to do this together. And we put in the just value, the market value, not the purchase price. We put in the market value times 1.8% of an increase. And we clicked homestead exemption because he's going to be living in the property. And the taxes ended up being $10,000. He needs to know that. So he says, Claudia, no. I need my payment to be under $2,200. So what is he going to do? He's going to put more money down so that he can bring the payment down. Right? You're talking about 30 years of a mortgage payment. And this is a house that he's probably never going to sell. It's one of those types of houses. Like, you could literally grow your whole third and fourth generation in this house. Okay? So guys, beware. Don't let these people try to force you into something because it looks appealing on the front end. Yes, I might lose some commission. I might even lose some clients, but I'd rather lose commission than you calling me next year saying, you know what, Claudia, why did my mortgage increase $800? I already know what the answer be. I said, well, did your realtor tell you about the taxes potentially going up because, the homestead exemption had been on? Did they tell you that? Yes, Peggy, that applies to fixed rates. Yes, there is a formula, guys. It's called PITI, P-I-T-I. Principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. And I'm not a mortgage professional. I'm just telling you based on my experiences and what I've learned throughout the years. Principal and interest is typically fixed. It is locked for 30 years. I don't care if they transfer your mortgage 50 times. It's locked. Principal and interest. Okay? Taxes and insurance. So P-I-T-I. Principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. Your taxes can vary. It can go up and it can go down. Your insurance can vary. It can go up and go down. Sometimes you start with flood insurance. Sometimes they say flood insurance is not, you're no longer in a flood zone. You can drop the flood insurance. Sometimes the insurance rates based on what's going on in the marketplace can go up. Okay? Sometimes they can change the millage rate and the formula of how to calculate your taxes. Your taxes can go up and they can go down. Market value plays a role in those two things. You gotta know that. Thank you, Mahala, on my lipstick. Because I came on here and was like, oh, my lips look dry. Let me put some lipstick on. Right? But you got to know this. Buyers, some of you guys are not using seasoned realtors. They don't know, and it's not their fault. They just don't know. This is why, and it's nothing wrong with you using them. Use them. But you come here and you get information and you get educated. And even if you got to make the call, make the call. And I just did it. Pick up the phone. Call the property appraiser's office. Sir, I know the values are not going from 300 to 515. So what's going on here? I knew the answer, but I needed my agent to call and do the homework and do the legwork because it's something different when you go get the answers than me just telling you the answers. There's a difference. There's a big difference. And guess what the answer was? The taxes will go up, but it's going to go off based on this. We are not going to move that based on what we've done in the past, more than 1.8%. Hope you got it. Guess what? PITI, you know what it is now. Principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. These two things will remain the same if you get a fixed loan. These two things may vary. They will vary. You do not want to be 2022 and you $8,000 short in your escrow. It's not fun, especially if you are on a set income. So guys, tag a realtor on here. Hey, and I'm going to tell y'all need to just take my class, right? Y'all just need to come on and sign up for this class. I only got 50 spots. We're almost there. I'm not going to be having 100 people not paying attention on Zoom. This is very personal to me, okay? I am tired of us being the last. We are here to be fruitful and multiply. That does not apply to people that look like me, but we got to do something different. I'm tired talking to you guys. So we're going to start and get you in the mode of buying. I'm not just going to give you the information. I'm really going to hold your hand and make sure I hold you accountable. We got to do better, people. We got to do better. We got to do better. And I'm here. I'm going to be here helping you to get change, helping you to elevate. You need some additional income to make your dreams happen? Guess what? Boom, I got a business idea back here for you. I got it all. Listen. All you got to do is change your mindset. Your life can change at a drop of a minute, but you got to make the decision. You got to make the decision. We're always, they always leaving us behind, but you ain't doing nothing different. See, when they were murdering our kids and murdering our people, we said, you know what, we're going to drop and open up an all-boys school. Guys, we started with 17 kids. We're over 100 kids now, only 3 years in the business. But you got to make a decision. See, at 21, I made a decision. I did not want to be like my mom and dad. And I love them. But they only knew what they knew. So I said, I'm going to learn with some people that don't look like me. I'm going to the University of Florida. For real. I could have gone to HBCU. But I wanted something different. I wanted to see why these people were excelling faster than us. For real. And I'm going to tell you, I learned. A lot of those kids, they left school with no debt. They didn't have a whole bunch of school loans because their parents put something together for them. So at the age of 2, I was able to duplicate that for my son Amari. I didn't do a traditional insurance, college fund. I did a universal life policy so that money could grow. I don't need nobody to help me save my money. I need somebody to help me make money. But see, if I was not in that environment, I don't know that I would have had the knowledge to do it. For real. Don't get me wrong, I love all schools. But I was on a mission. I was tired of being in the last. Tired of not being in the front. Tired of not knowing. Information is key. And I'm trying to give it to y'all. But y'all gonna get on here, like the post, make a whole bunch of comments, and then don't sign up for the class. Oh well. If I'm in the class with 25 people, we gonna go and we gonna make it. If I change one person's life, I've done a good job. The goal is not for you to keep and harness all the information. I'm not afraid of what the next realtor is going to do. Maybe they're going to be number one. Good. I want you to. You make me go harder and say, hold on, wait a minute. Claudia's losing her touch. Who is this over here? Let me get to work. See, at the beginning of this year, I had a goal to do 60 million in sales, and it's not about the money. Notice I never say how much money I want to make, but I want to do $60 million in sales because I know the impact it's going to have on our community. I'm not waiting for my team to produce. I got my butt up and I said, listen, we're going to make it happen. We're going to make it happen. Somebody dropped my website for me, HibbertGroupRealEstate.com. Go to HibbertGroupRealEstate.com. The class is there. And listen, we're getting ready to change the trajectory of lives. Of lives. You know what I told my husband today? We were buying a commercial building. And I said, honey, you don't understand. I don't believe we'll be able to have an opportunity to buy something in Miami Gardens for less than $2 million. In 5 years, if we can sell it, if we don't need the building anymore because we're growing, and we can sell it for $5 million. That's what I'm talking about. But some of y'all don't understand. Some of you don't understand. I'm trying to help you. With that, I'm out. Rest in power, DMX. I know I started off with DMX, and I want to say I'm praying for his family, and I'm also praying for y'all. And that website, Burnett, is wrong. Baby, it's HibbertGroupRealEstate.com.